earrings, and those are event priced at $99.95. And I wanted to just really stress here how unique and rare. In fact, only in our entire inventory, this size in a heart-shaped solitaire, they're 7mm heart-shaped stones. So meaning, you know, we talk about cuts, we talk about rounds, and we talk about marquee, and we talk about pear, and we talk about princess cut and Asher cut. Very rarely do we talk about a heart-shaped cut diamond. And there's a reason for that. It's an extremely, extremely expensive process. It even goes beyond the fancy cut. You know, when we say it's a fancy cut stone, the reason is there's a lot of waste when they're individually cutting certain proportions like a marquise or a pear shape. There's even more waste when you're featuring a beautiful, you know, perfect heart shape in a cut, and especially at 7mm in each of these. Then you have the round brilliant, and I would say it almost acts as if it's like a beautiful jacket. It's not, it's all in one, all in sterling silver, great proportion size-wise. In here we're looking at over 4 carats, these would equate to about a little bit 4 1/3 carat of real diamonds in the ear. So size, we're looking at 9/16 in length, top to bottom, and then 9/16 side to side. Here we're gonna show you, this is a beautiful close-up shot, because you see that center portion, that's the heart shape in absolute bezel set, meaning that set flush into the metal here. So sophisticated, easy, elegant. You could wear these every single day, and you could sleep in these, you can shower in these, you can work out in these, and all of your absolute, and they're always gonna look beautiful. Earrings are just about 4 1/4 carats, so you're looking at over 2 carats in each one of diamond equivalent in these beautiful earrings here. And securing the $10 savings, brand new on the day-to-day. We wanted to go with the #1 motif in shape when it comes to diamonds. Well, there's hands down nothing better than that of the heart shape, especially in this size, how they frame the face so perfectly. We're gonna offer it for 90 seconds only because we have maybe 100 of these that are currently available for you. And I'm just gonna slip back in. We're gonna make dreams come true. My Asher cut stone and the bypass ring. So just how we got started here, we had the pendant, we had the bypass ring. Look at these perfect, perfect earrings. And there you go, the look of thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And with our flex pay options and the look that we can bring to you from our beautiful designers here in our Absolute collection, you're spending hundreds. and no one would know the difference. And that's the best part about it. So in this final minute, our brand new, first time ever, solitaire, gorgeous heart shape in this size, Absolute. Very difficult and expensive, and they look like that. They really, truly do. And if you can build that wardrobe with the matching pendant, the pendant is still available, and that's $59.95. 496368 is the item number for our heart design stud earrings. Congratulations. We'll let you know when we are completely sold out with hundreds of you in the ordering process. Okay. I have to talk about the Asher cut for a minute. It's a first time.